Hello, my name is Luke. I'm a 50-something indigenous man, and I've been a professional artist for the last 20 plus years. I was a professor for 10, and I've been an amateur game designer for the last 4. This is a weekly vlog where I'll play a solo board game and talk about my current art projects, the games I'm designing, my never-ending battle to stay healthy, and anything else that pops into my pretty big head. I hope you'll join me on this creative and weight loss journey. My goal is to upload a video every Friday. The title of this episode is New Year, New Beginnings, or Getting My Bleep Together. The game you can see in front of you is Solar 175. And the time I'm covering in this video is from Christmas to January 3rd, which is today. The topics of this vlog are my health and fitness, my food journal, my current game design projects, my art projects, games I played this week, board game content I watched on YouTube, and any other media content I watched or read. I'll conclude by showing and talking about one of my past art projects and my goals for the next week. So, this is my first vlog for the series. And let me get into the reasons for the vlog. Firstly, I want to work on my skills as a content creator. I've never done anything like this before, and so I have very little experience. These first few will be pretty rough, probably. So if there is anybody watching this besides me, then be assured it will get better. Though I'm not going to advertise this vlog till I have at least a few episodes in. So these early ones are mostly for me. So they're really for me to do. So let's get started with who am I? Well, I'm an artist. I make art. I've been a professional artist for the last 20 years plus, as I said. And I'm quite happy with my art career that I've made. I would say I've had some success, but I'll be honest with you, the last few years have been quite unproductive for me, which is another reason for this vlog. I want to stay on top of my motivation and just kick myself in the ass or in the butt if I need to. I've been making games. I've been making card and board games for the last 4 years. I'm not published though. I haven't published anything. My midterm goal for this year is to publish at least one game. And also I really want to build an audience for my games before I publish them. And I think I can try and build it through this channel. I've done some research into building an audience, and it seems like the key is to be consistent, be active in online communities, and have a little luck. I believe, and I always have, that luck is out there for everyone, but you have to be ready to accept it. The opportunities are there, but if you're not ready for them, they'll just pass you by. I've always thought that if you work hard, then people want to help you as well. And I haven't been working hard, so yeah, here I am. And so now that I've said all that, my primary goal for this channel is really it's to help me get back into shape. I've had a lot of health problems since about a year before the pandemic. Maybe I'll get into that in future episodes. And honestly, things have gotten worse in the last few years. If you can hear my breath when I'm talking, I've noticed that in these recordings, so that's part of that's because of the health problems. And I'm using this channel as a way of checking in on myself. If I have to make these videos every week and talk about it, then I'll be on top of it, and hopefully then I won't let up. And so I'll talk a bit about the game we're watching here right now. Like I said, it's called Solar 175. It's a campaign legacy game designed by Madeline and Joseph Adams and published by their company, Ergo Cogito Meeple. The artist is Adam Beachy. Let me say that it's a beautiful game. and it's an amazing game that includes bag building and action selection. It's really good. I'm about halfway through the campaign, though I have house ruled it a bit. The official campaign goes around 25 games, and while the game is enjoyable, I like to play a variety of games. And the truth is, I'm just not going to play that many games in a reasonable amount of time. I would love to finish the game by the end of this year. And I play the game solo, so that adds a lot of time. The box is 30 minutes per player, but solo it's about an hour and 15 to an hour and 30 minutes. And so I'm cutting the game in half, which means I'm going to have to do some really heavy lifting between games with the campaign content. But let me say, I really do like the game. I've never played a bag builder before, and it's a bit like deck building, I think. I bought this game via crowdfunding, and I became aware of the game because the creators made a series of game design videos that I would watch and listen to while I was working on my games. It's really amazing content, and I recommend their channel to any game designer. The channel is called Ergo Cogito Meeple, and I think their current project, I can't remember the name of it, sorry. But yeah, they're really great. I recommend the channel. So next up, my current weight, or my health and fitness. So from week to week, I'm going to post a picture of the scale so we can see how much I weigh. But I don't actually own a scale right now. I ordered one from Amazon, but it's not going to come until tomorrow, the day this video drops. So I'll weigh myself for next week. So for this week, I'll make a guesstimate of my weight. First, let me use some vital stats. I'm 5'8". I am 5'8" tall. I have a stocky frame with a big head. In my prime, I was a well-built, long-torsoed, average height guy. But unfortunately, I'm really out of shape. Like I said, I've had some really bad health problems. Actually, the worst shape I've ever been in, and I'm honestly worried about it. With my age and stuff, it's a worry. So the most I've ever weighed is around 245 pounds, and that was when I was 30, and I quit drinking and replaced alcohol with cheeseburgers. But I was also built, so muscle's heavy. So I'm hoping when I weigh myself next week, I'll be around 265. Could be worse than that. Could be bad. But truth will set you free. So we'll see next week. I'm not going to post any pictures of myself because, frankly, I don't want to. I probably just find it discouraging, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe down the road. I'm not, never say never, but definitely not now. And I'll also have a food journal every week. That's also a way of keeping myself in check and spotting trends. If things are crappy, I want to be able to see it. I'm not starting my healthy diet till Monday, so I'm not going to have a food journal this week. But it was Christmas, so it wasn't good anyway, so I'm not going to post it. The last Friday was my sister's 50th birthday, and we all went out for Indian food, and it was awesome. I love Indian food. And I haven't actually eaten too badly since then. I did have KFC last night, which I love. Fried chicken is one of my weaknesses, so I'll definitely need to stay away from that. Hi, so this is my workout board. Like I said, I'm still working with this program. I'm just using iMovie to make this, and so that was my workout routine. I'll have a board for next week that'll show every week. It's a dry erase board. I just write my routine out, and and you can see the progress on it with the way I do it. You couldn't see it because the way it was, but it was supposed to start this week and it didn't. I just want to be transparent. I want to be sure that I stay on top of myself. So I'm a week behind already, but I'll just add a week at the end. It's a pretty light routine, but then I'm really out of shape. So, also, I'll talk about the physicality of my week. So every week I'll check in, talk about any walks I did, so on and so forth. And the way I'm doing my routine is I have 10 exercises and I'll do all of them in a row. Once all of them, they're all like 10 reps. And I'll do 100 reps basically, and that'll be one set. And so the first 3 weeks I'll do 3 sets with 10 reps, and then I'll move up every 3 weeks. Like I said, it's a 9-week workout plan. And then I'll switch to a card-based workout. And by the way, I call my routines exo-routines, which my notepad app always autocorrects. It's pretty annoying. So next up, I'm going to talk about my current art projects. So I'll continue to work on this as yet untitled artwork. I kicked around a few names. Dreamer, Lucid Dreamer. I'm not sure yet. It's made out of red cedar. I started carving it a couple years ago. Still quite a bit to do. There's quite a bit of details going to go into that, and quite a bit of paint. I also need to start and finish a commission that I've had for quite some time. Thank God for patient clients. Like I said, I've had a lot of problems with motivation these last few years, and so I really want to get into that and get that piece done for my gracious client. So this week I'm going to talk about 2 games I'm working on. The first one is a trick-taking game. I've been working on it for the past 4 years, and it's the game that got me into the hobby. It was initially called Tsunami, but the theme is based on my culture. I'm half Nisga'a, half Haida, and I make Northwest Coast art. And even though I like the title Tsunami, and even though it's a term in common usage on the West Coast, I thought it might be a little confusing. I'm also working on a print-to-play game called Neon Native Art Explosion. It's a color by numbers game with area control and set collection. My prototype has 10 pages, but I'd like to have I'd love to have the final product be around 50 or 60 pages. I need to do some personal testing, and then I'll send it out. Hopefully, be able to email it out to people for them to test it, since it's a print-to-play game. And as far as the card game, I think I'm probably going to either call it Ravens or Raven Sons. And board games I played this week. I played Castles of Burgundy, which I got for Christmas. Dwarf Romantic. Dwellings of Eldervale, which was on my shelf of shame for 6 months. And Terraforming Mars Eris Expedition, which is one of my favorite solo games. I mostly play my games solo, and I'm looking forward to hopefully maybe getting a game group together. I do play games with my nephews once in a while, but they mostly like playing Magic and Warhammer. And board game channels I watched this week, I watched the Board Game Garden with Jenna Rose Beasley. I watched the Stonemaier Games channel with Jamie Stegmaier. I'm super stoked about Wormspan. I watched Anna from Wales with Anna Porter. And of course the Dice Tower with a multitude of creators. I also like Taylor's Trick-Taking Table as well, but I didn't watch any of his videos this week. He's great though. And other content I watched Rebel Moon on Netflix this week. I think it's great. I don't understand the negative press. It was a little slow to start, but when it gets going, once it gets going, it's quite good. And yeah, and I also love the actress. The lead actress is amazing. I loved her in Kingsman. And yeah, so my goals for next week, I want to get working on all fronts. I have a meeting with the curator on Tuesday. And so after that, I'll have a better idea on what art projects I'll work on. And I really want to do more painting. I also need to start my workout routine. I think it's vital for my mental health. And I need to build a healthier relationship with food. I'm not going to diet, but I am going to have no more takeout and cut out the salty and sugary snacks. And of course, I want to test my new print and play game and revise the rules for my trick-taking game. And as far as this game goes, the final score was 61-56, and yeah. And so this piece you're looking at now is called Neon Reconciliation Explosion, and obviously it's the inspiration for the print and play game that I'm working on. And so yeah, and there's me. I'm a bit heavier than that now, but yeah. Thank you for watching this week's episode. I'll see you next week. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Be well.